All right, today in the two-car garage, we are going to see if we can't sacrifice this little snap-on ratchet to fix up this old swivel head snap-on ratchet, and well, see if we can't take two and make one. Well, before we get started, let me just tell you the quick story. So I've actually had this ratchet for probably 25 years or more, and it was well used when I acquired it. And I would say probably 20 years ago I broke it. So the actual drive mechanism is broken. I did have it apart once, and the little gear on the ratchet head is actually broken. I really like this ratchet. It really comes in handy, and I've just had it stashed in the toolbox now for, well, like I said, probably 20 years. And I really want to just get it back up and running. Just recently I actually acquired this snap-on ratchet, which actually has what looks to be the same head style on it. And it doesn't move just yet, but I'm hoping it's just probably a little corroded, maybe just dirty inside. So my hope is that once we get this thing yanked apart, we'll be able to take the parts out of this and get this one working. Now, I know a lot of people say these things have a lifetime warranty and you can just send them in, they'll get them fixed. But right now I don't have access to a tool truck, at least not easy access. And I really just want to get it up and running. So that's why we're going to be sacrificing this for this. So let me move you up overhead here, and let's get tearing into these things and see what we can get done. All right, well, first things first here, we're going to go ahead and pull the swivel head one apart just so I can show you what's going on inside here. And these things are just super simple. So just pop these two flathead screws out of the back here. Let's get these off of here. Set those aside. So with these two screws removed here, what we'll do, so I'm just going to grab the drive head here. Just see if we can't kind of wiggle this out of here a little bit. It's really pretty stuck in there. There we go. Things are starting to move. There we go. So we've got that popped loose. We'll get this collar off. You can see that this is broken. And this has been broken for a long time. Alright, so now that we got this collar off, this we're not going to be reusing. We'll try to fit the one from this. Now we can go ahead and pull this drive mechanism out. And you can see just how busted up this is. I honestly can't remember what I was doing when I broke it. I'm guessing I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, but you know, sometimes that's what happens. So I'm just gonna get some of these pieces out of here. So I'll just take these broken pieces, get these set off to the side, and now we'll go ahead and pop this guy apart. So again, just the two screws on the back. Get these guys out of there. And now, see if we can't get this one wiggled apart. Now you can see this one comes right off here. So now we've got this retaining ring, and here's the drive head, and you can see that this is just caked with grease. That is just thick and dry and crusty, and that would explain why this ratchet's not actually working. The even the direction handle here is pretty well stuck. But if these are the same, and these all appear to be the same, we should be able to just drop this guy right down in here. that's going to work just fine. We've got a lot of cleanup to do here, but you can see that where at least one of these teeth is clean, the ratchet head actually gets captured. Now if I just flip this to the other direction, same thing, that's getting captured. So that tells me that head is going to work just fine. Now just for grins, I'm going to check my retaining plate here. I'll do that without that guy in there. And look at that. It is an exact fit. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and get all this old grease cleaned out of here. You know, we'll just simply start by scraping what we can. And then I'll hit this with some WD-40 to help soften up more of this stuff. And then after that, we'll do a final wire brush on it just to make sure we got everything cleaned off of there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some WD-40, get these parts soaking, and you know, I'm thinking I'll probably let them sit and soak for, you know, half hour, something like that. I'll go in and get a cup of coffee, and then once everything is softened up, we'll come in here and do some final cleaning. All right, so it's been about, oh, I'd say probably 25 minutes here. Had myself a cup of coffee, and now we can go ahead and get cruising. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to take this this plastic brush here and see if we can't get the rest of this grease off of there. And it looks like a lot of it is starting to come off. It's not completely softened, but it's going to be just fine. What we're going to do is we'll take this over to the wire wheel on the bench grinder, and that'll get the rest of this stuff off there, make it nice and clean. But you can see that a lot of that heavy cakey stuff is now mostly gone. Really just want to get the majority of it off. Make sure this little plunger ball works, and that's good to go. So I think that's good enough for right now. There's still some crud on here, but that'll clean up okay. Now we'll grab our little retainer plate here and do the same thing. Just kind of clean up around the edges a little bit. This is some old grease to be this caked on here, this hard. So that'll work. We'll wire brush that. And now we're not going to be wire brushing anything on the head here. We just wanted to get the majority of this old grease out of here. And this is fairly soft because it wasn't nearly as caked as the old wrench was. Let's see if this... That works just fine. Might as well clean up the outside while we're at it too, huh? I'm not looking to make this thing look beautiful and perfect. This is going to be a used tool, so we're really more just going to get this thing functioning again. That looks okay. A little bit of crap down here in the hinge. We'll clean that out. There, I think that looks okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'll hit this with some brake clean and some compressed air just to make sure there's no dirt and crud down in here. And I think that part's going to be just fine. All right, well, we got everything wire brushed here, and you can see that it really turned out pretty nice. You know, there's some pitting in here from some rust, and we don't really care about that. As long as our bearing surfaces here look good, and you know, this ratcheting head really turned out pretty nice. All right, well, now we can go ahead and start putting things back together. So parts all look real good. You know, just kind of do a quick little trial fit here with it dry. You can see it, that actually locks in real well. Ratchet works just fine. We'll change directions here, and again, ratchet's fine, locks in. So this is all set to go. For lubrication here, what we're going to do is, for these pivoting points like the change lever here and the hinge, I'm just going to use some 30 weight motor oil I've got in a squirt can here. And then for the actual drive gear itself, as well as the little detent ball down in here, you know, I'll shoot some oil in there, but then I'm also going to pack it in some wheel bearing grease. And I'm just going to be using this this marine grease simply because it is a water resistant grease, and you never know where you're going to end up using this. You know, we could be taking something apart and get some coolant splashed on there, so just something to help keep it from washing out and, you know, stop things from getting rusty. So that's about it. So let's go ahead and, first things first, I'm going to get this hinge lubricated, and you can see that this actually pivots out here in the handle. So we're going to be lubricating this on the outside. So a little bit of oil in there, and then we'll just work that in. A little bit of oil out here, work that in, and then we got to make sure we get these parts out here. So put a little oil there, a little oil there. And now again, I'm just going to work this around a little bit, make sure that oil gets worked down in there. And that should be good for the moment. We'll just wipe off a little bit of this excess. I'm not going to make it perfect right now. Leave it a little bit oily so it can continue to migrate in. I'm going to go ahead and squirt some oil down here on this little detent ball that holds the switch lever in place. And now we'll just operate this switch lever. I'm holding it upright so gravity will work for me and kind of work its way down into that little spring ball recess. There we go, that looks good. Put a little drop of oil out here. Same thing, we'll let gravity work for me. I'm just going to work this back and forth and let that get down inside. And I see some oil squirting through here, so I think we are all good to go on that. So I think that should do it for the 30 weight oil here. The hinge is good, this little pivot's good. Now we can go ahead and get things greased up and put back together. Easy stuff. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this grease here, and I'm going to kind of pack it down inside the ratcheting head. So we'll just wipe some of this excess off here. There we go. Now we're just going to go ahead and grease up the actual gears here. That should work. Now I just drop this guy down in place here. Make sure that's fully seated, and there we go. Now we're just going to go ahead and smear a little grease on this. There's plenty of grease down in here, and you know, you can see it's kind of making a mess, and I don't really care right now. We just want to make sure we've got everything lubricated. So now it should this will just drop down in place here. Well, it looks like this front plate is not actually fully seating. You can see it's got if I hold it like this, you can see it's got a little bit of a pivot to it. And I think what's going on here, this little back side of this ratcheting head is thinner on the old one than it is on the one out of this ratchet. And I didn't think that was going to be a problem, but I think it's hitting this little cover plate here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this guy back out. Yeah, it looks like it's getting caught up on this little plate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap this down. There. That was a good solid hit, and look at that. It's popping this guy right off of here. So I think we're gonna lose our little ID plate, which is, you know, really no big deal. I'm just gonna pop this the rest of the way off. And now we can see that this does in fact protrude way too far out. Now I could come in and knock this down a little bit, make it smaller so I could keep my little plate. I'm not going to worry about that. It's going to be just fine. We'll go ahead and slide this front cover back on there, and now that fully seats, and the ratchet working just fine. So we'll take what we can get here. Let me drop my screws in place. I'll get these run in first. There we go. Now we can just snug that one up. Snug that one up. And let's just make sure this ratchet still ratchets. Ah, beautiful. So I'm going to clean this up. Go clean up my hands a little bit, and then we should be all set to go. All right, so before we wrap this up, I just wanted to take a quick peek at this ratchet here. And again, you can see just how obliterated this ratcheting mechanism is. I honestly cannot remember what I was doing. I'm guessing it was probably something really stupid. That's really the only way you can kind of break these things. But all these little teeth that broke off here, well, that's why it stopped working. Well, there we have it. We got it all finished up here, and well, I honestly couldn't be happier. I've been without this ratchet for so long, just seeing it in the toolbox, just staring at me, and boy, it's nice to have this back up and running. You can hear that the ratcheting mechanism is pretty quiet with all that grease in there that just kind of knocks down on this noise. And you know, the little detent on the little detent ball that retains the socket here, that grips pretty well. Doesn't come off real easy, but it will come off with a little bit of effort, just like you want it. And there it is. I'm thrilled. It's just awesome to have this thing back in my my usable inventory. Now, I do feel a little bad that I had to sacrifice this wrench, but what are you going to do? I don't have access to a tool truck, not easily anyway right now, and honestly, I don't need this ratchet. I've got another one that's the same. So instead of having two of the same ratchet, I'd rather have this guy here. What I am going to do though is I'm going to take all these pieces and parts that I still have, I'm going to shove them back in there, put this together, and then well, I'm going to put it back in the toolbox, and maybe someday if I have access to a tool truck again, I'll send it in and get this one repaired or replaced. But you know, really at this point it's probably going to be another 20 years before that happens. So anyway, I'll let you go. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you got a little bit out of this, and really, until the next one, I'll see you around.